Alright, I wanted to make this video because God brought an atheist to my channel. Anybody that watches my video is no accident. It's not like, oh, I accidentally came across this guy. No. God's will. Yeah. So, no matter what you once were, you know what I mean? If you're a former Mormon, God will bring you to my channel. If you're a former atheist, God will bring you to my channel. If you're a former Christian, God will bring you to my channel. You know what I mean? If you're a new age person, God will bring you to my channel. You know what I mean? God can utilize me for anybody. Yeah, that's what he does. And God knows I can take the heat from anybody. Especially now. With Holy Spirit. With Holy Spirit, I can take any onslaught from anybody. Way better than before. No joke. Someone could say the worst thing in the world to me. I wouldn't be fazed at all. That's how strong the Holy Spirit is. That's how strong it is, you know, unfazed. Oh well. Oh well. But anyways, this is for the atheists. It's been a while since an atheist has come across me. I used to battle. I used to battle the atheists back in the day. Yeah, I don't know. I mentioned it in another video. I've taken on the outside of the atheists. Yeah. When I was a Mormon. When I was a Mormon, I took on the outside of the atheists. Like starting to doubt Mormonism for real. I took on the onslaught of the atheists. That's when I started to see their point of view. The atheist point of view. They make sense. They do. Compared to Mormonism, atheists make more sense. I admit that. That's why a lot of Mormons go atheist forever. You know what I mean? Once they realize Mormonism's false. But what Mormons don't know is, even though a lot of their books are false and their religion's false, a lot of the Bible isn't. They throw out the Bible as well. You know? So anyways. But yeah. But it's always the same thing. Like, the atheists think they're all so mentally sound and mentally, you know, for society, they're mentally sound. Here's why you're mentally sound. Satan has left you alone. Satan has left you alone. Think about it. You're atheist. He doesn't give a shit about you. You know what I mean? You're like this now to Satan. This. You know what I mean? You don't care about some atheist. He already accomplished his mission against you. You know what I mean? He did. Mission accomplished. Go to the next Christian. Make them atheists. Mission accomplished. Make them atheists. Go to the next Christian. Make them atheists. See the pattern? That's what Satan does. The next believer in God, make them atheists. The next believer in God, make them atheists. Yeah. Sorry you were. Yeah. He does this to many. He does this to many. Yeah. That's his thing. That's his thing. Turning people against God, making people doubt God, making people atheists. That's Satan's forte. That's his forte. That's his thing. It is. That's the only reason he's here. That's the only reason he's here. Turn everybody against God, Jesus, you name it. Turn everybody against him. That's it. He wants you to throw the Bible in the trash. That's what Satan wants. Never read it again. Yeah. He wants you to become atheist and then get involved with whatever sins of the world make you feel great. We make you feel great. Yeah. Yeah. I never really talked about this, but it's true. The last time I attempted suicide, I was completely atheist. Completely. I stopped believing in God entirely. I was like, there's no way there's a God. There's no way. There's no way there's a God. There's no way. Yeah. And that's what I was telling this person just a second ago. I was completely atheist when I whatever happens after this is whatever happens. Yeah. If there's a Jesus, I'll flip him off. That's where I was at. Yeah. It's no joke. So yeah. Some of the other people on the team used to be atheists as well, like Beast. So, but now he's a powerhouse for God now. So, fight demons. You know what I mean? Like being an atheist, and when you know there's a God, and being an atheist, it's like I'm scared of the demons. I'm an atheist. I'm scared of you, Satan. That's what you're saying. I'm scared of you. Yeah. No offense. It takes some balls and bravery to be a real Christian. Not a fake Christian. Not a lukewarm Christian, but a real Christian. Take some balls. You're taking on the whole enemy. You are. Yeah. But luckily, God's helping you as well. You know. But the cool thing is, like, the more the enemy tries, the more it helps me. It does. It makes my conviction even stronger. You know, it does. It's like I'm going on the right path. The enemy's still attacking me. The enemy's still attacking me. I'm on the right road. If I wasn't on the right road, they wouldn't be attacking me. They wouldn't be targeting me if I wasn't on the right path. Yeah. So that's another reason I could tell I'm on the right road. How the enemy's doing their thing. But God allows them to do things still, the enemy. For my experience. You know. I haven't been tested in everything from the enemy. Not everything. Almost everything, I feel like, but not everything. Not everything. But yeah. In a nutshell, just to be blunt, if you're atheist, you're left alone. Satan's like, this guy's no threat. This guy's a nobody. Let's go. Yeah, we beat him, basically. That's what Satan says. We beat him. He's atheist. Let's go. And then you're like, oh, I'm so much more mentally sound. I'm so much more mentally sound. It's because Satan left you alone. Mission accomplished. Yeah. So, this video is for the atheists that Satan tricked. Basically, this is what the video is for. All the believers in God that Satan tricked and made them atheist. This is for you. Because that's exactly what happened. Yeah. But as someone said, and I agree with, deep down, every atheist believes in God fiercely. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so much against him. They wouldn't even attack me in the comments. No atheist would even attack me in the comments if they didn't believe in God fiercely. That's for you, my friend. Atheist in the comments. Man, God wanted me to make this video. That's why I'm doing it. I have experience in this. I've experienced a lot of things. I guess where some atheists, like maybe the person that's attacking me in the comments, you might believe in God more than I do at this point. It's possible. It's very possible. I don't have full belief in God. But atheists have super strong belief in God. That's how fierce they are against people like me. People, you know what I mean? Against God. They know there's a God. That's why they're so fierce and attacking me. Attack. Yeah. They're the strongest believers. They're the closet believers in God. You know what I mean? Secretly, they believe in God fiercely. And they'll attack anybody talks about God for like a second, they'll attack him. Like, oh, they talk about God, I'm triggered. Get him. I know there's a God. I'm mad at him. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? There's atheists that believe in God more than I do. And I'm barely starting the Christian road. There's atheists out there that believe in God more than me. Probably. That's how fierce they are. That's why God's probably bringing them to my channel to recruit the fierce atheists. Switch them around. Make them fierce for God instead of fierce against God. That they know there is a God either way. Either way, they know there's a God. Fierce against, fierce for. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways. That's another thing. That's another level. Not just Satan making somebody an atheist, but making someone an atheist that attacks believers in God. Satan really accomplishes his mission with you. If you're attacking believers in God, you're Satan's bitch, basically. You're Satan's bitch. Yeah. Oh, I gotta stop cussing. Yeah, I'm working on it. But that's true in a nutshell. And I've been in that position myself, being his little slave. Being his little slave, I've been in that position. Yeah. I'm still trying to break free of those mental binds when I was under the control of the enemy. You know, I'm like trying to realize I'm not under their control anymore. But anyways, so yeah. That's why all the atheists, they feel fine. We feel fine. There's a reason for that. You're not being targeted anymore. Not really. You think Satan cares about an atheist? No. He accomplishes his mission with you. He accomplishes his mission. There's nothing for him left to do. Nothing. So, that's like his only goal. You know, get you to turn against God, make you an atheist. Once you're that, leave you alone. On to the next believer. Yeah. So, anyways, that's all I want to say. Because God knows I know the tactics. I know his tactics. You know, very well. That's probably one of the reasons I'm alive. I know what the enemy's doing. I even know what they're still trying to do with me. You know what I mean? Even now, they're still trying to trip me up. Even now. I'm never out of the clear. Never. It seems like. So, bam. But yeah, I'm not sure what to make this video. When Satan makes someone an atheist, there's nothing left for him to do. He can go. Satan can go his way. That's why you're like, oh man, there was such a struggle when I was a Christian. There was such a struggle. It's because you were targeted by the enemy. You were targeted. Now that you're an atheist, you're not targeted anymore. Logic, hello, basics. You're an atheist, you're not a target anymore. Of course it's going to feel like, oh, I don't feel fine. You're not a target anymore. You're just a peon now. You're just a peon. You know? At least when you were a believer in God, you were a threat to the enemy. At least you were a threat to somebody else, you know? Now you're no threat. is a true statement. Though the most miserable I ever was when I was atheist. That was the most miserable I've ever been. I got to remember that, because I'm like, okay, even though things aren't the greatest now, I was way worse as an atheist. Way worse. Way worse. Way worse as an atheist. Oh, I can't even think about it. It's a miracle I got out of that atheist stage. It's a miracle I got out of that. Yeah. You think I struggle now? You should have saw me when I was an atheist. You should have saw me when I was an atheist. Oh man. I was way worse. Way worse as an atheist. But I was pretty bad when I was in the Mormon religion though as well. I was pretty miserable in the Mormon religion. But after the Mormon religion, I was atheist for a time. And I was so miserable. I was so miserable as an atheist. I'm like, yeah, the Christian road is tough, but I was way more miserable as an atheist than this tough Christian road. You know what I mean? At least I feel like I'm living for something. You know, as an atheist, I was just a sitting duck waiting for death to take me into 6 feet under. You know, this life is pointless. This whole life is pointless as an atheist. Put me in the ground. That's what I was as an atheist. I wanted to be 6 feet under. Like immediately. Like this life has no meaning, no purpose, nothing. You know, the religion I was born into was a cult. Now I'm an atheist. Now there's no point to live. You know, there's nothing. See what I mean? You know, it's a vulnerable place. It is. When you don't have God at all. But he kind of is watching over you, but you don't know. Yeah, I just feel like I had to make this video. It's been a while since I've made a video about atheism, and that kind of thing. It's been a long while. I haven't battled the atheists in a long time. In a long time. Yeah. That, as far as that group goes, it's been a long time since I fought them. I battled them. For sure. Since the gladiator was battling the atheists, it's been a long time, for sure. They're pretty annoying. You know, all they got is like a little bit of science on their side. Yeah. You know, a little bit of science is nothing compared to God. A little bit of science that, you know, in the science class, you know, who cares? Yeah. Science only knows so much. You know what I mean? There's so much that's undiscovered by science. It's not even funny. It's a dead end. Because you only know so much with science. God knows all. God knows all. Yeah. Yeah. That's why the atheists hit a dead end. And they smoke themselves to death with cigarettes until they die of cancer. That's what happens to the atheist. Just ask Christopher Hitchens what happened to him. I don't believe in God. Yeah, smoke himself to death. That was a good way to go. I used to be a smoker though. When I was smoking, I didn't believe in God. That period of time when I was smoking, crazy how that works. Like, I don't believe in God, you know, he's a disappointment. We're all screwed, you know. That's when I didn't care about anything. That's what it's like to be an atheist, not to care about anything with an empty hole in your chest, an empty void in your chest that you're trying to fill that empty void with cigarettes. That's an atheist. Or any other addiction that isn't the cigarettes, you know? They're trying to fill that void that only God can fill. You know what I mean? It's true. Only God can fill that empty void within you. But the atheists try to fill it with cigarettes, you name it. That's what they try to fill the void with. That's what I know. Yeah, it never works, though. You'll never fill that void. Never. I'm just barely getting that void filled within me. But I've had to turn to God entirely to get this void, this empty void within me, changed. To not be empty anymore. It takes God to do it. At least in my case. I was dead in my trespasses and sins. I was. But in a nutshell, no offense to the atheists, but Satan just smiles at you. He does. Satan just smiles. He does like this. You know what I mean? At the atheists. He's like, they're doing what I want. They're doing what I want. They're attacking people that believe in God. They're doing what I want. They're doing what I want. That's exactly what they're doing. He's like, I got more soldiers for the army of Satan. They don't even know it. The atheists are serving Satan. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. That's a fact. Free soldiers for Satan. Atheists are free soldiers for Satan. Working for free. Working for Satan for free. To attack believers in God. That's a fact. He's not even paying you guys. Satan's not even paying you guys. Nothing. No reward. No reward. Yeah. He's a cruel master. Yeah. No reward for attacking people that believe in God. No reward. No paycheck either for that. Anyways, hopefully I'm not too harsh in this video. God told me to be nicer. He did. He told me to be nicer against all parties, no matter what your beliefs are. Even if you believe in the spaghetti monster in the sky, God told me to take it easy. Yeah. God knows I can be vicious. You know what I mean? I can. You know how they say, like, the INFJs can hit you where it hurts? We can. Even if we can't see you. We can. We'll say something that hits you. And you'll feel it eventually. So, anyways, I'm not sure what to name this video. But yeah, that's how I see the atheists. They're like free soldiers for Satan. They're like free soldiers for Satan. They willingly attack believers in God, even without Satan whipping them. Even without Satan whipping the atheists attack the believers in God. They're like free soldiers, you know, for Satan. He's just laughing at you guys, he is. That's what he does, he laughs at you guys. He's not a good dude, he's not. He's not a good dude at all. He's the worst kind of dude. So, anyways, that's enough for this video. Yeah. It's interesting how Satan and the atheists, you know, they work together. It's interesting. It is. He's like, oh, I got them to stop believing in God, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm not going to stop there with them not believing in God. I'm going to get them to attack believers in God now. See how Satan does that to you? It happens every time. I haven't met one atheist that doesn't attack a believer in God. They can't just go live their life. They can't. They can't just go live their life in peace. Atheists can't do that. It's almost like other things. They just can't let it go. So they attack believers in God willingly for Satan. They do. Like, Satan doesn't have to do anything. Nothing. He doesn't even have to be in the same vicinity as you for you to attack people that believe in God. Not even the same vicinity. You got to do it willingly. It's no joke. Yeah. So, hopefully I explained that. Hopefully that made sense on how Satan does things. How he turns a believer in God into an atheist, and then without doing much, he'll get that atheist to attack believers in God the rest of their days without even Satan even whipping them. You know what I mean? That's how good Satan is against the atheist. That's how good he is. I told you he's a superior opponent. That's why I'm like, in my videos, I'm like, I need Jesus to, if I'm going to stand a chance against the enemy, Satan, I need Jesus, his help. That's what it takes. It does. It's not joke. So, yeah, that's probably what I'll name this video. How the atheists are being used by Satan for free. Yeah. With no reward. Nothing. That's what I'll say. That's a good title. Yeah, put in an